Welcome to Virgin Mega, Tricky.
Hey, how are you?
Fine, and it's a real pleasure to talk to you. It's about your new album.
Yeah,
It's called Mixed Race,
yeah.
and you can understand that Mixed Race is your very own story.
Yeah,
your,
yeah.
your origins, but also your music. The fact that you're doing this particular kind of music, it, it's because you're becoming from a mixed race. Is it the case?
Yeah, I think if you're true to music, if you make music truthfully, it's a part of you. You know, my dad's Jamaican, my mum's half Ghanese, half white. I've got Spanish. My great grandfather is half Spanish, half Jamaican. So it's basically, you know, my music is me, and my upbringing and everything I've learned. Everything you experience becomes your music, and I think my music are my life experiences. So yeah, the album is Mixed Race. Just it's almost me discovering this is why I am who I am, because I'm mixed race. So I just thought, yeah, this is what I'm going to call the album. I'm going to call it Mixed Race. This is who I am. So it's basically saying this is who I am. Yeah.
I read when you were a kid, your friends were black or white skinheads,
Yeah.
and you didn't know why you fit well with everybody, and then when you grown up, you discovered racism. Is it true?
Well, I had the class system. I grew up in a mainly white neighborhood, ghetto, and it was a class system. If you so before racism, it was a class system. So if you were from Northwest, it was hard for you to get a job. You know, certain clubs, they didn't want Northwest people in. It was the poorer side of town. So I didn't experience racism because my family were there for generations. But we saw classism, and then when I left, when I got into music, that's when I first seen racism. I come from a poor area. We all had something in common. We were poor. But like when I started traveling, I can remember going to America, going to New York, and I had a business class ticket and getting on the plane, and the woman asked me, where am I going? I'm like, I'm going to my seat. She's like, you're going the wrong way, but I've got a business class ticket. So it's almost like I didn't discover racism until I started to the money side of things more. Yeah, traveling, leaving my neighborhood, seeing the world. That's when I seen racism. Yeah.
If you still think that racism is stronger here in France than in England, but if you're a black man in England, you're first of all you're British, but if you're in France, you're a black man or Arabic man. You're not really considered as a real French.
With me,
Did you notice that?
oh yeah, totally. It's totally nationalist. France is very nationalist. It's about nationality, which is a lot more difficult in some ways. Because if you're born in a country, but the country doesn't act like you're from there, that must be very difficult. I've never really experienced that. And even with racism, sometimes I don't see it as racism anymore. I travel all over the world, and when someone is funny towards me, I think of it is because I'm an individual. I don't dress like them. I don't look like them. I don't look like anybody. Whether it's my hair or the way I dress or my tattoos. So I just see it as, I put it down to now as I look different, and some people can't deal with different, So I suppose it's the same as racism, but I think it must be kind of harder here. You know, I don't know if I could handle being born in a country and the country not really describing me as being French, you know, or, you know, so I think that would probably be more difficult.
Do you think that your music or your creations would be harsher if you would have been born here in France? Because your music has this kind of rawness, aesthetics, but maybe it could be harder if you were there, living there.
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose my music would probably be different, but I know this industry is very difficult to get into. There's a lot of French artists who find it very difficult. So maybe if I was born there, maybe no one would have never heard me, because it's a lot more difficult. I meet so much talent in France, but they've got no way, unless they know someone or they're connected to a label. So maybe if I was born there, no one would have never heard of me, you know?
This album, there's many collaborations, as it's always the case. You like to be surrounded by people that you like. And in this case, there's a French team. There's a Daft Punk on one song.
No, that's Terry Lynn. Oh, okay. Yeah. I know nothing about Daft Punk. So
they are credited on Kingston Logic.
Oh, I think what she did, she wrote it with them.
Okay.
But I heard her version.
Okay.
You know, so I know nothing about Daft Punk, to be honest.
There's an Arabian singer.
Yeah, Hakim. Yeah.
And I listened carefully to the lyrics, and a friend of mine told me that the story is about a guy who is stoned to death like a dog. And it's really hard and rough lyrics. Did you know that?
No, he told me it's basically about, you know, you meet someone who you think is crazy in the street.
Yeah.
And but really they know much more than you. They really know what's going on. But they seem crazy to us. But in their world, they know. That's what he told me.
Yeah. The overall production is really direct. Was it did it on purpose? The fact that it's really short songs, really direct, really efficient like that?
No, I never time albums. You know, I start and I end, and I don't really time anything. An album will let you know when it's finished. You don't really finish an album finishes you. And it's just, you just know. You know when a song's finished, you know when an album's finished. So it's just short, just because it happened to be that way. I don't produce music. Music produces me. You know, I'm not the talent. I'm the aerial. Something comes through me, which comes out. So music tells me what to do. So this album's short because it wanted to be short. You know, so it's not me saying, yeah, I'm gonna do a short album. I wanted the album to be direct, as in sound-wise, more in your face, but the length, you know, music has a mind of its own, you know, and I don't control it, it controls me. So it started and it finished when it wanted to finish.
So how do you work? You receive information from everywhere? You got your own setup?
It's like meditation. It's like if anybody's done Tai Chi or yoga.
Zen?
Yeah, I don't know whether it's Zen, but it's like meditation, you know? It's like when you're in the studio and I'm playing with the keyboards, I'm miles away, you know? I'm somewhere else, miles and miles away. So it's like, for me, it's like meditation.
And why do you feel the need to use voices, different voices, and other than yours?
Because, you know, if I write lyrics and a melody and I do them, sometimes it can only reach one kind of person. If I write melodies and write lyrics and then give them to someone else, their voice might reach people I can't reach, you know? So it's mainly because of that.
And I read that you write sometimes from a woman perspective.
Yeah.
Which is really strange, really amazing.
I think it's from my mother. My mother was, I discovered a couple of years ago, because I didn't know much about my mother, but I discovered she was a writer, and You know, my first lyrics on Aftermath, the song what got me my record deal, where your eyes resemble mine, you'll see as no others can. Here inherit my kingdom, speak of a people's plan. Now, I never had no children at the time, so your eyes resemble mine is like, I'm not talking to my child. My child wasn't born, you know. So I realized many years later, she's speaking through me, you know, because where could those lyrics come from? You know, who am I writing about? You know, so that's so I think sometimes I write from my mother's perspective, and she lost her life early, so maybe I got to live out some of her life, you know. And in her day, she was a writer, but there was no way of getting the writing out. She couldn't write a book. The family she's from, you know, she didn't know a publisher. She didn't know. There's no way she could have done anything with her talent. So perhaps, you know,
It's your heritage.
yeah, to express, you know, it must be hard. She was a talent, but not being able to use that talent. So perhaps I'm her aerial to her talent, which ended too soon and no one never heard, you know?
You do photographs too,
Yeah.
paintings,
Yeah.
you do a lot of things, but is music maybe the most perfect reflection of what you got inside of you?
Yeah, I'm a musician. I take pictures, but I'm not a photographer. I've acted in movies, but I'm not an actor. But I'm a musician. That's my main. That's what I am. I'm a musician, and I think through being a musician, I get to do lucky things like take pictures I can use on my album, or do a music video. But basically, I'm a musician, and all paths lead from being a musician. To be honest with you, musically, I think I'm here for other people, you know. A guy come up to me once in America, and he was in a coma for 10 days, and his parents played my music to him. I met a nurse from Philadelphia who worked in a burns unit for kids, and they played my music on the unit to kids. And I've had people come up to me and say, I've been through difficult parts of my life with your music, or I've had sex with my girlfriend, or I just think I'm here for other people, and that's all I'm here for. I think I'm here to try and touch people's souls, and I don't think it's nothing to do with me. I'm not in control of it. I think I'm just here for other people, you know.
But you know that you've got a kind of energy inside of you, a kind of special vibe, but you're not able to describe it, but you feel it?
No, see, it's really weird. It's funny. It's like some people say to me sometimes when I walk into a room, or me and my friend Charles was at a cafe in the 18th the other day, and I've been there a couple of times, and a woman, when I went to the bathroom, was speaking to him, and she said, wow, who is this guy? He's got such a energy. But you know, it's something I don't see, and I get surprised. You know, and sometimes my singer says when I walk into a room, it's, you know, it makes people uncomfortable, and sometimes my energy makes people uncomfortable, or it makes people like, wow, who is this guy? But it's something I don't see, and it's something I have no. Still, when people tell me, it's like when Charles said to me, because I said, what was she saying to you, Charles? And she said, who's this guy? He's got energy. What does he do? And, you know, and some people, you know, will say, who are you? If I'm in a bar, what you do? And, but you know, I don't realize I have it. I have no clue whatsoever. I have no idea.
The first time I heard your voice, I thought it was a kind of ghost, you know? Someone coming from a swamp, and I was really attracted, fascinated, but in a way frightening too. So there was these mixed feelings surrounding me, and it was such an amazing experience.
My voice, I've always had a particular voice. I don't know where that comes from, but it was, it was my voice really what has given me my music career. You know, it was my voice on the first Massive Attack album. I can remember people writing about my voice, not about the lyrics, about my voice and stuff. So it's kind of my voice what gave me my career. And I don't know what it is. It's just my voice, I suppose.
You never had music lessons?
No.
For the classically trained
No,
musicians?
no.
Did you feel the need to, in your life, one day, just to learn a bit about music,
No, I wanna
harmonies and theories and?
No, because if I learn, you know, if you go to a school, they'll tell you what's right and what's wrong. Now, someone told me once, Aftermath, my first single, that what got me my record deal, was two blues notes next to each other, and they told me that's not musically correct. So if I learn what's musically correct, you know, some things just won't seem right. I don't want to learn. It's like, how can you tell a painter or a musician? How can you teach that? I don't think it's something what can be taught. I think it's an opportunity you have. But if you start learning what's the wrong note, what's the right notes, what's the right way, you're just going to compromise your art, you know. So my thing is staying naive. I don't want to learn about musical chords and notes. I can hear when something's wrong, you know. I can hear, that's enough. But I stay naive, and I think it's important to stay naive.
Naive and punk?
Yeah, naive and no compromise. You know, I'm not trying to be a superstar, so I don't have to write songs for the radio. You know, I could be myself and not compromise. So I suppose in a way that's punk rock. You know.
Who can give you some advice? Or I read that you were really close to your daughter, and she gives you a lot of advice or things to listen, things to watch.
Or she tells me things like about my music even,
Yeah.
what albums she don't like and what she prefers, and you know, and you know, yeah. So she gives me, she say, oh, I like that song, or I don't like that song, or and sometimes I play her demos, and I say, which one she like. She go, oh, you shouldn't put that on the album, or yeah, put that on the album. I really like that. And obviously, I don't always listen to her, but I do ask her advice sometimes, just because she's my kid, you know.
How old is she?
15.
15. She's like your, like a art director.
Yeah, and I respect her, so I listen to her. You know, most people I wouldn't listen to. Most people I don't care about their advice and what they think. I would never play a song to my manager or to my record company and ask their advice. You know, my daughter is the only one who can give me advice. You know.
Are you surprised by her advices sometimes?
Not surprised, because she's very honest. But no, not surprised at all. No, because she's very honest and she says what she thinks. But you know, she's just going by instinct. She listens and she say, "Dad, no, I don't really like that," or, "Oh yeah, I really like the first part of that, but then it gets boring," or, you know. So no, I'm not surprised, because I trust her instinct, you know.
Have you ever been disappointed because you like something very much and she disagree with you?
Oh no, because she's my kid, and I love her more than anything in the world. So she can't hurt me by not liking my music. It's not possible, you know. She is no, you know, you know, she can hurt me if we have an argument and she puts the phone down on me, but not by not liking my music. Nah, it's never disappointed. Nah.
Mixed Rest has a kind of blues feeling, you know, that is really subtle. We feel that there's something like kind of, you know, kind of suffering, but it's really elegant the way you express it, if you know what I mean. It's a bluesy feeling.
Yeah, I think I'm more of a blues artist, as in, I talk about everyday things. I talk about struggling. I'm not just writing the pop songs. You know, it's like doing a documentary on life. You know, and people, we all suffer. As people, we all suffer. So I think my art is a lot of my music is for people who've suffered, and we've all suffered. You know, it's not just hitting the happy parts; it's also hitting the sad parts. You know, so I consider myself more a blues artist than anything else.
How about your project? You working here in France in the 26th district with
Yeah,
kids.
in
French
19th, yeah.
So what happened to this project?
That comes out next year.
Oh, okay.
It's called Can't You See Us? And it's a French and African, Arabic, Tunisian, Moroccan album, and that will be coming out next year.
French people.
Yeah.
African French
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
So was it a really strong experience to work?
It's one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. Remember, I can't speak French and I can't speak Arabic. So this was all done with pure emotion, pointing to the microphone. You know, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. And you know, these are people who are not at record deals, you know, people who lived in the area. I had a couple of people come from Tunisia. These are not rich pop stars. These were people who were struggling. Some people struggling on the street, struggling with their identities, like you're talking about. So it was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. Definitely.
So is Mixed West being influenced by this experience?
No, totally different album. The Can't You See Us album, I think is better. See, everybody.
You didn't say that.
See, everybody, well, in a way where people, I've called this album Mixed Race because of me and my family, but people are thinking it's because I've got different elements from around the world. But on the Can't You See Us, that is really different elements from around the world. So, it's not better, but I mean, it's a world album.
Or unique?
More unique, yeah. It's a world album, more unique, yeah.
Are you planning to play for this album here? You have some gigs in France?
Yeah, we're doing 5. We're doing like Lyon, Paris, Marseille, Rennes. I can't remember. Yeah, we're gonna be touring all over Europe.
Do you like performing live?
Yeah, I love, because you get to connect with your audience. You know, you get to have an interaction, and I always meet people as well. I don't hide away in a dressing room like a superstar. I go and meet people. I go and take photographs, shake people's hands. You know, so I'm get to actually be around people who listen to my music.
You still live here in Paris, or?
I live in the 18th Max d'Amois.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you moved, you lived in Paris, yeah.
Yeah, I live here now. Yeah, yeah. I love it. It's cool. You know, there's a cafe right just 2 minutes down from right on the main street of Rue La Chapelle, and I sit there every day, have a cafe, and some people starting to know me now because I've been there a year. So people say hello to me. So I love.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. That was very interesting, my man.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Very interesting.